Kính thưa quý vị, vào ngày thứ Bảy, 26 tháng 10 năm 2024 vừa qua, các cử tri gốc Việt tại miền Nam California đã rất bất ngờ khi chứng kiến sự xuất hiện của cựu Tổng thống Clinton. Ông đã đến thăm một quán cà phê quen thuộc với cộng đồng người Việt ở tại miền Nam California. Qua đó cũng để nhằm vận động cho ứng cử viên dân biểu liên bang Derek Trần vào địa hạt 45. Sau đây chúng tôi kính mời quý vị cùng theo dõi một vài hình ảnh do phóng viên của Vietface TV đã ghi nhận được.
Ask people to vote for him.
Yes? So do some canvassing with me later.
Good.
All right. So, are you a coffee drinker, a tea drinker, Mr. President? Watch Snapchat. Vietnamese strategist for my community.
Hello. How are you?
Stay with me a little bit.
Hi guys. It's beautiful.
And we welcome you to our restaurant.
Thank you. It's really
Vietnamese bread.
a what?
Vietnamese bread. Very famous.
Vietnamese bread sandwich, Mr. President.
I'll have one of the. Is that what I should have?
We love you! We love you!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tôi tên là Đỗ Ngọc Hà. Tôi có mặt hôm nay ở đây để ủng hộ cho anh Derek Trần. Anh Derek Trần là một người rất xứng đáng cho địa hạt 45 của chúng ta. Anh là một người Việt Nam đã gia nhập quân đội và tiếp tục giúp đỡ cho cộng đồng qua cái việc làm của anh là một luật sư. Tôi đã có dịp phỏng vấn anh Derek Trần và tôi đã quyết định là tôi sẽ ủng hộ anh. Đó là lý do tôi có mặt hôm nay ở đây.
Kính chào quý khán thính giả của Vietface TV. Ngày hôm nay Bích Trâm đến đây là để chứng kiến cựu Tổng thống Bill Clinton đến ủng hộ cho luật sư Derek Trần, là người mà đang ứng cử chức vụ dân biểu liên bang địa hạt California 45. Derek Trần nói là anh không bao giờ có thể tưởng tượng được là có ngày anh lại được một cựu tổng thống đích thân đến để ủng hộ cho anh. Nhưng mà điều này cho thấy cái sự ủng hộ rất là mạnh mẽ mà những thành viên cao cấp của Đảng Dân Chủ đang đứng đằng sau để mà ủng hộ cái cuộc tranh cử này. Bởi vì cuộc tranh cử này nó có cái tầm quan trọng rất là to lớn, thưa quý khán thính giả. Lần đầu tiên sau gần 50 năm, cộng đồng người Việt ở Little Saigon mới có được một cái cơ hội hiếm hoi để gửi một con cháu người Việt, con của những người thuyền nhân tị nạn, một cựu quân nhân Hoa Kỳ lên trên Quốc hội Liên bang để đại diện cho chúng ta.
Xin chào quý vị, mình là tên Tracy Nguyễn, em là 37, em ở đây bên Garden Grove. Bên đây em ra để em được coi Tổng thống Bill Clinton nói chuyện. He's in here supportive of anh Derek Tran, and I think bây giờ rất là quan trọng that we vote for anh Derek Tran into Congress. Tại anh là một người Việt Nam, ba cái gia đình của anh là đi vượt biên, hiểu người Việt Nam. mẹ bố của em, I think about them, right? They need support from the government, like, Medicare, insurance rất là mắc tiền, right? So I really encourage người Việt Nam to vote for Derek because I think he honestly represents our people the way we need representation. He cares about our people. He's a good person. They live in this community. They have a pharmacy in Anaheim. They are our people. They live amongst us. They know us, right? So I think that's what we need. Mình cần một người trong government mà hiểu mình, and anh Derek rất là hiểu mình. Right, cảm ơn.
Rất là vui mừng. I want to share that the feelings I have for the former president being here means so much to me. With everything that's at stake nationally, with all these battleground races, to have President Clinton be here in Orange County, CA 45, means that this race is one of the most important races in our nation. And we're going to flip this seat from Michelle Steele. So thank you so much.
Your next representative for the 45th District.
Thank you, Congresswoman Chu. Is everyone ready to flip California's 45th district? Is everyone ready to make Hakeem Jeffries our next speaker? How about, are you all ready to make Kamala Harris and Tim Walz our next president? Thank you so much. I'm Derek Tran, and I am running to be your next congressman. My story begins with my parents. After the fall of Saigon, my family attempted to flee with nothing but the clothes on their back in search of the American dream. On my father's first attempt, he lost his wife, 2 sons, and 2 daughters. He, along with my 3 half-sisters, survived. He met my mother, and the second time, they made it to the Indonesian refugee camps as boat people. As countries around the world, Canada, Australia, Switzerland, opened their doors, my parents waited. They waited for America. They waited for America to welcome them in. I was born just a year later. Growing up, we did not have much. We relied on government assistance. There were times I felt shame, watching my mom use food stamps, what I thought was fake money to pay for our groceries. But that shame turned into an immense sense of gratitude, knowing that this country was looking out for us, helping lift us up, giving my parents the tools to save to start a small family business where I worked on weekends and nights and summers. And when I turned 18, without telling my friends, without telling my family, I marched into the recruiter's office and I enlisted in the military. Yeah. I wanted deeply to give back to the country that gave me so much. It inspired me to go into night school to get my degree and eventually my law degree. As a lawyer, I made my job to take on greedy corporations and protect the rights of workers. To fight for women facing harassment in the workplace, for women being fired for being pregnant. I dedicated my life to public service, but never did I think that I would be running for public office. I am running because I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. For too long, this district has been represented by MAGA extremists, Michelle Steele, a Trump lackey, a corrupt politician in league with other corrupt politicians and in the pockets of big corporations, a national ban on abortion architect. Folks, she signed onto a national abortion ban twice. That means outlawing the abortion rights here in California that's been enshrined in Prop 1. That's no exceptions for rape, incest, or health of the mother. But her time is coming because of people like you. People like you who are showing up to canvass, calling their neighbors, putting up yard signs. No one thought this race was winnable. Well, I kind of did. Just a few months ago, right? But you showed up. You knocked on doors. You talked to voters. You changed the narrative. And now the country, the whole country, is looking at California 45 to see who will control the next Congress. Because of you all, Elon Musk is pouring in millions of dollars to keep MAGA Michelle still. I mean this. Because of you, President Bill Clinton is here. President Clinton and I just stopped by for some Vietnamese coffee, some café Sudan, and I'm a little hyped up because of that. But if you told me 2 weeks ago that what would be happening right now, I would have told you all crazy, right? I didn't believe that a former president would be here for me. But it is such an honor to have him here as part of this campaign, as part of this movement. With you, with President Clinton, with every supporter, we are going to win this coming November. Introduce and welcome to the stage my former Commander-in-Chief, Bill Clinton.
Good morning. All the people who are here, Representative Judy Chu, who's done a great job. The other members who were here earlier and spoke, and the State Democratic Party Chair, Rusty Hicks, are going to have lots to celebrate, I hope, on election night. Mayor Susan Sonny of Buena Park, Justin Widener, thank you all for being here. This is very emotional for me because one of the proudest achievements of my presidency, with the help of Vietnam veterans like John McCain, Republican, and Pete Peterson, a Democrat, who served even a year longer in a Vietnamese prison than John McCain did. We normalized relations with Vietnam on honorable terms, which included their extraordinary efforts to help us recover the remains of all of our POWs, MIAs. I think it's inexplicable why the congressional district with the largest number of Vietnamese Americans in the country has never had a Vietnamese American. Fix that. But the most important thing is you're about to elect someone who reaffirms that our version of the American dream can still prevail. Look, we're all tribal. You know, my mother's family came from Northern Ireland. So engineering the Irish peace process was one of the proudest moments of my life. Vietnam is special. The war almost tore this country apart. And yet we knew we didn't want to colonize Vietnam. We wanted to liberate the people. And so we've been through all these back and forths But to see us now, in your faces, all of you, whatever your background, this is America. The other side thinks the definition of legitimate democracy is when they always win, they always get their way, and when they don't, they claim the whole thing was rigged. And it's interesting, President Trump's great mentor in politics was a man named Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn helped Senator Joe McCarthy terrorize this country. He was a gay Jewish man who only supported homophobic, anti-Semitic candidates. Go figure. And he complimented Donald Trump when he started in his business and then began to treat Roy Cohn like dirt. He was dying of AIDS, and he said, "I just want you to take care of my partner." He put him in a closet practically because it was no longer useful to him. And I hope his supporters will remember that, and some of them will come over to our side still in the closing days. You either believe this, that our diversity is our greatest asset, but it only works if we think our common humanity matters more. I got to walk through the training facility. Very impressive. One of the things Kamala Harris has said is that we need to change the federal job requirements in places where what really matters is the skills. If you've got the skills, you should be able to get the job, and you don't have to get the college degree. That's 500,000 jobs right there. So we have this choice. If you believe in inclusive tribalism, you like our cost of living plan. Finally, we have a federal price gouging law which can monitor the big national grocery chains. It's floating between 2 and 4.5%. The problem is, you can make a ton of money if you have millions and millions of customers, and nobody's big enough to challenge you. But one reason that food prices haven't dropped enough yet is a lot of people justifying higher prices to recoup their losses during COVID have kept it going when it is not legally justifiable. But Kamala Harris is the only person who's proposed doing anything about that. Who will vote for more jobs? Fran. And he and his wife own and operate a family pharmacy. You talk to, I'm telling you, I found when I was trying to get health care for all Americans, my greatest allies were the family-owned pharmacies, because they knew people were being gigged on drug prices, something they had no control over. And he is for the $35 a month cap on insulin. And his opponent has promised to repeal that. And to repeal the protections you get for pre-existing conditions. You may have forgotten, but I haven't. When Trump was elected the last time, they tried to do that, and only John McCain stopped it. We've faced in the last few years an unprecedented situation where more people are crossing national borders on every continent than at any time since World War II. The whole world is being turned upside down politically, mostly because of people like Trump and other countries who say you should live and vote on resentment. You should see life as a zero-sum game. If somebody else gets something, you lose. It may be good psychology in the short run. It's terrible economics. Know that. So really the whole election is, do you believe in inclusive tribalism, in which case you will support your trend? Or do you believe in divisive tribalism, where the only thing that matters is keeping yourself full of resentment and striking out at somebody else so Donald Trump can get in and do whatever the heck he wants? Anything was possible if we work together. That's what's on the ballot here. Yes, it matters that you've never had a Vietnamese member of Congress, and that bothers me. Yes, it matters that at 18 he joined the American military and served. It matters that he went to law school and spent his time trying to help people who needed it, and then opened a family pharmacy, which is at the vortex between ordinary citizens and an unforgiving health system, and how do you make it work? But I want him because he's a problem solver.